Merry Christmas from Droning On. Okay, it's not quite Christmas just yet, but it's on its way, and it wouldn't be the same without a Christmas drone. We've got the JJRC H66 from Banggood that we're going to review in this video. For under $30, it's brilliant value, possibly a really good stocking filler for friends and family, maybe even the mother-in-law. Links to it are in the video description. Comment below with your thoughts, give the video a thumbs up, and please subscribe. Enjoy the review. Merry Christmas, well almost. It's almost upon us, and so it's time to start Christmas shopping. And if you have somebody who loves drones, this one could be just the one for you. This has come to us for review from Banggood, and it's the JJRC H66. It's called the Christmas Egg drone, which is quite obvious why you can see that, and it's available in red or green. Now the box indicates which one you've got. We've actually got the green one here, so let's have a look at it. I think this is going to be quite a fun one actually. So there is the little Christmas drone. How cute. So you might remember the K130 from Kadang that we reviewed some months ago now. This is a very, very similar drone. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually the same model, but just actually rebranded. But it's got a little undercarriage here, it sits up like that, and you get a transmitter with it as well. Other accessories in the box are a USB charger and also some spare props for it, which is quite nice. You also get a nice detailed manual with it as well, and there's also a brochure here about a new app from JJRC called the AR Master Shooter, which puts an augmented reality front onto the camera view that you get from this drone. So yeah, quite interesting. Let's have a look in detail at the drone itself. So there it is, the tiny little H66 Christmas drone. It's priced at about £33, $35, but it's actually on offer at the moment at much less. I think it's more down towards £25. The actual drone is very, very lightweight. There's no weight to it at all. And on the front there is a little camera. Now it does say HD 720p. Whether it will actually capture that or not, we'll find out later in the flight test. But remember, there's no SD card on this, so that's streamed straight to your phone, and that's where the video is recorded. On the top, there's a little power button that you press and hold to turn it on, and then there's a little charging port that the USB charger slots into on the top. And then underneath is the button to release the arms of the drone. Now, there's actually a bit of rubber band around this when it ships, and it looks like one of the arms is a little bit over eager there to open up, and it won't shut. That's a shame. So it looks like I've got a slightly faulty one here, which is a real shame, but I'll report that to Banggood because that should obviously be catching and securing itself closed. But basically that's kind of ruined my reveal a little bit, because when you press the button on the bottom, ta-da! They all spring open. Now what a shame that we've got this faulty arm here, but well, let's hope the motor still runs and then at least we can still fly it. So that's the little drone in its expanded state with its Merry Christmas on the front. And basically, yeah, there's not a lot more to it. So to turn it on, press the button on top, obviously after you've charged it, and then it lights up and it's got some lovely LEDs all around it as well, so you could actually fly this at night and it would look quite cool. We'll have a very quick look at the transmitter now. So the transmitter is the same as the one that we saw recently on the H47. It's basically a gyro-built transmitter. So within here is actually movement detectors so that you control the drone by simply tilting the transmitter. You still control the throttle or the altitude and the yaw via this little analog stick here, and the various buttons on here do things like auto takeoff and emergency stop, headless mode, etc. And finally, the analog stick as well acts as your arm button. So when you click that, the drone will start up, click it again, and the props will stop. There's also a trigger on the rear of the transmitter as well, which controls the sensitivity of the drone. So each time you press it, you get a different sensitivity mode, and there are 3 in total. There's a little power button on the side to turn it on, and then you also insert batteries in here, and it actually takes 2 AAA batteries, the very, very tiny little ones. So once they're installed, you can then bind it with the drone. So if we just slide the drone back into view. So with the transmitter turned on and the drone also turned on, you simply press the throttle to 0 and then to full and then back down to 0 again. And it's as simple as that. That's now bound to the drone. And so there is also an app for this, and we'll quickly run through on the screen now how to install that, and then it's time for the flight test. So as usual, I'm using the Android platform, and what you need to do is open up the Play Store. The app is called JJRC, so that's nice and easy to find. Once you've found the app, click install and accept the permissions that it needs. Now, whilst you're doing that, get the drone turned on by pressing the power button on top for a few seconds, and the lights will then start flashing, and that means that it's now emitting its Wi-Fi signal. So before we open up the app, we're going to first of all connect our Wi-Fi to the drone. So open up your Wi-Fi settings, turn them on and do a search, and you should shortly find the drone. There it is, JJRC14671. Click to connect to it. There's no password, so it will just immediately connect. And then once you're connected, we can go back to the Play Store and open up the app. So with the app now open, click connect. And in theory, we should get a live view. Yay, there we go. Now that is actually really good quality. Yeah, very, very good. So this is slated to be 720p. And I must say, it actually looks really, really good. So what I'll do now is just take it into the kitchen. And yeah, there we go. Now it's much better lighting in here. So just take some test video. I'll start recording. And I'll play this video back now on the screen at full resolution, recorded resolution, just to see how it looks. I mean, I would say that looks pretty good actually. So this does actually look to be 720p after all. Most of the time they're not, but good to see that this one is. So I'm going to put it down on the table and we'll now take it for the test flight. So this drone is not really an outdoor drone, really, because it's so lightweight. And so for this flight test, I'm going to be flying it indoors, and I might also try and take it outdoors just for a very quick whiz around. So I've got my app connected, as you can see here. I'm going to start that recording now, and I'm going to bind my transmitter, and you do that by turning it on, press the throttle down to minimum, to maximum, and back down to minimum, and there we go. So remember, this is motion controlled, and we've got the throttle on the front to control the sensitivity. So let's launch. Here we go. And we're up. Now this does take a bit of getting used to with this motion controller, which I'll try and keep in view whilst I'm flying this. But I mean, it's really clever. It takes a bit of mind manipulation really to get your mind used to the fact that you're tilting this to control it. And I do find actually that pointing it is the easiest way. Now, I mean, just look at this. If I... Very, very cool. Also remember that when it's not facing away from you, it does get quite confusing. So always try and keep it facing away from you. So if I put the sensitivity up, first of all, so we're on the second mode now, and you can see that as I move the transmitter, the drone moves, and it's really responsive. If I now put it up to the third sensitivity mode, wow, that really goes fast now. Absolutely amazing. So, yeah, let's take it for a little bit of a fly. Now, wow, it's quick. Whoops, a little bit too quick for me, I think. So I went a little bit too crazy there on the third sensitivity mode. Whenever you do crash these drones, always recalibrate the gyro, and you do that by pressing and holding this button on the right. It'll let off a beep and the lights on the drone will also flash. When they finish flashing, it's finished calibrating. So let's go up again. Still recording video there. There we go. I'm still in third sensitivity mode. Now what I forgot there really is that when you're making it go fast, of course it does tend to drop a bit of altitude. So remember to give it a bit of throttle. But I mean, it flies really, really well. And if I just keep the controller level, that's a really, really nice stable hover. So quite impressed by that. And considering it's brushed as well. It's got plenty of power for a little brushed quadcopter. So let's take it for a quick whiz around outside. Now, there's not a lot of wind today, so it should be all right. It does look so weird in the air. So it goes very well outside. Yeah, I mean, there's no wind today. I daren't take it too far away just because I don't want to risk losing control of it. But yeah, that goes really well actually. And on a nice day like today, it looks great in the air. It's certainly a head turner. Now if I turn it down to the basic sensitivity, much calmer flight. You know, it looks a bit jittery before, but that's me turning it on maximum sensitivity. You don't need to fly it on that at all. It's a very calm flyer flown on normal sensitivity as it is now. So yeah, overall a nice little drone, and for the price of it, it's ridiculously cheap. The confusing part for most pilots will be when it's facing you. Remember, at that point, it then takes a little bit of getting used to the fact that all of the controls are reversed. So the movements I'm giving it here with the transmitter are all opposite. And that does take quite a bit of getting used to. But after a short amount of time, you will master it. And yeah, I think I prefer it facing away. And remember, there is also, of course, the option of flying this using the app. So you don't have to fly it using this little controller. Nice long flight time as well. I mean, it's not dropping at all in power. And we've been flying so far for 4 minutes 35. I've still got my live feed as well via my phone. So hopefully you're seeing that video now. And, are we landing? I think we might be auto landing. No, we're not. Okay, still going. So a really nice long flight time. Now, it doesn't have any stunts necessarily, this one, unfortunately, but it has got headless mode, but headless mode on this is just going to confuse the hell out of you because it's got no GPS, so it doesn't know where we are. So not a good idea. But yeah, I mean, we're heading up for 5 minutes flight time now, which is really impressive. Let's turn it up sensitivity again. Whoa! It really does go fast on full sensitivity. Whoa! Yeah, we're losing battery now. Oh, I think that's battery flat. So overall, yeah, not a bad little drone at all. You got 720p video. This thing costs less than £30 or $35. So, and this really good transmitter. I don't know how these companies make a profit from selling these drones. I really don't. So yeah, not bad. Great stocking filler for Christmas. Comment below with your thoughts. Give the video a thumbs up, and of course subscribe. And if you want to buy this for your mother-in-law or your father-in-law, links to it are in the video description. Thanks very much for watching.